addicted to success.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 135.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod gods, and with me, I have the best man in all the podcast land, my right-hand man, Mr. BL.
Hola. Hey, hope y'all doing all right. Fuck is good. Happy Tuesday.
What up? Hey, listen, I have a person who, whenever they talk to me about this podcast and they reference you, they go, BL. I was like, funny. That is funny. How are you, my guy? How are you?
CUP. That's what's up. I'm good. How about you? Life's good, you know? Same old same.
I am good, celebrating, life and, commemorating death. I just want to take a moment before we get into it to say happy birthday to my grandma. May you rest in peace. I miss you every day. And I just got off the phone singing happy birthday to her sister.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Who turned 73 today. Happy birthday, Aunt Doe. Love you. She is, one of the key matriarchs in our family. Still alive, kicking, doing well, and taking care of everybody. Love you, man.
How old is she?
73.
Oh, she young.
Yeah, she's 73. My grandma would have been 81 today.
Yeah, young grandparents.
Really?
Crazy. Mm-hmm.
How old are your grandparents?
Not living, but my granddaddy died when he was 85. I don't know how old. When the fuck? Yeah, I think he was born in 22, so he would have been 98 99 this year. So 99. He died about 9 years. So he died about 10 years ago. I think he died in like 08 or maybe 12. Man, I don't even know.
Time flies.
Yeah, but yeah, he was like 80, like mid to late 80s when he passed. But that shit was mad long ago. You know
yeah.
And my grandma was 94.
Ooh.
94.
That's some good,
like
that's some good ripe ages. My grandma, passed 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago at this point in time, but she had just turned 75. When she passed away, and that still seemed young to me. You know what I'm saying? Like 75, like what is a good age? Like, what is an age where you say that is, they've lived a good life when they say that?
I mean, I think 80s, like once you get to the 80s, like I definitely think that's like
late 80s.
Yeah, shit, 80 is, that's a long ass fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think 80s, 81, 80, early 80s, to the halfway point, I think is shit, for what it's worth, 75 is a long time to be living if you think about it in terms of that. But it's not, I guess. It's all relative, I suppose. But,
hell yeah.
But yeah, I'd say about late 70s, early 80s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I always tell the story that I wanted to be 100. Like, I want to live to be 100. Healthy, of course, not all, deteriorating and all that in an advanced state. But that was when I was a little kid. I always wanted to be 100. Like, yeah. I want to be 100.
I had a great aunt that she turned like 100 and died like 2 days later. Like her birthday was her birthday's in March, I believe. I don't know. I can't remember. It was mad long ago, but my best friend, who's Taraji's, grandma, who's my best friend's cousin, they all got the same grandma. And, she like 98, 99, still be like moving, stay by herself, cook for, you know what I'm saying? Cook her own shit, all that shit. Like, be all around, you know what I'm saying? Still super active at damn near 100 years. She might be 100. I don't think she's 100, but she like late 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Maybe at least 95. She's like 95 and she's still, you know what I'm saying? Like super sharp and be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting up, still driving. She still drives.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was my thing about like my grandmother, like when she just got sick in like a month or two and just deteriorated really, really quickly. I won't get deep into that, but, you know, she wasn't, you know, she was 75. So she was still, you know what I mean, getting around, live by herself, do everything. So in my mind, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't even like an old grandma, like some people, you know what I mean? Some people, grandparents be hella old and they young. You know what I'm saying? You've seen people, grandparents that's like 75 and you be like, well, they be white most of the time, but they be 75. You be like, damn, like they can't do nothing. They can't get around. They like real, you know, when you get old, you start to hunch over, your skin real, you know what I mean? Like that be the thing for me though. Like we don't necessarily think about like getting older and death in that far advance, right? We thinking about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, type older, you know what I'm saying? But eventually we're going to get there. And like the thing that for me about getting older is when I see old people and they just look miserable just because they're old. Like, and this shit, they don't look like it's going to get no better. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, that is the part that like scares me. Like, I don't mind getting older, but it's kind of like once you hit like 25, after that, you on the decline. Like everything is on the decline after 25.
I mean, yeah. After 21, it's really nothing. I mean, like, you know, it's nothing to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, outside of just normal birthdays, but it's no like milestones. I guess it is. I mean, if you get 50 and shit like that, but I mean, it's not like people don't like, ooh, I can't wait till my 50th birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, they say that, like your brain isn't, like your frontal lobe isn't fully closed, developed or whatever until you're like 25. And that's when, I guess, you know, you're supposed to, take accountability for being an adult. At 25, like, it's all out the window. Like, you're an adult now. Like, ain't no excuse. We letting you rent a car. You 25, you can rent a car.
That shit is the stupidest shit ever.
Is that shit still like that? I don't know no young people trying to rent a car. Like my nieces and them, they too young. So I haven't got to that stage with them yet. But I don't really know many like 20 to 25-year-olds trying to rent a car and shit. But almost everybody got cars and shit.
You can go get a gun at fucking 18, but you can't get a fucking rent a car.
Facts. What you do this weekend?
What did I do? I had like a little 4-day weekend and shit, so it was cool. Nice. Saturday I drove to Greensboro to kick with my own boys and shit, just to get away. Like just went down there, watched the game, and literally came right back. So that was cool. I ain't really do shit outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like clean up shit like that. Same. How was the game? It was.
I really didn't hear anything about it. Like good or bad. Like I really didn't hear much.
About what? The Super Bowl or the Duke Carolina game?
Oh, I thought. You went and saw another game. I'm thinking you talking about the Super Bowl. My bad.
Yeah, Super Bowl. I just watched that at the crib. But I went to my homeboy's house to watch the Duke Carolina game, and yeah, it was
Who won that? Who won that?
Carolina.
Okay. And you are a Duke fan, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, what'd you think of the Super Bowl, though?
I mean, it was underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? I think we all had big hopes, because, you know, obviously Tom Brady and his potent offense and the Bucs were an exceptional team. And then Mahomes and them had one of the most prolific offenses, you know, in the past several years. So, I thought it was going to be a better game than it was, but it wasn't. So, you know, I mean, I betted on Brady, so I was cool. I won some money, so I was happy about that. Well, yeah.
Niggas was voting against Trump. Who votes against Brady?
Yeah, it's hard to do. Right. I mean, I understand. Like Pat Mahomes is excellent, so it's hard to not go against him as well. I mean, not to go for him as well, but against Brady, I couldn't fuck around. Like that nigga's the best. So.
Yeah.
And then I knew that I watched football, so I knew that the defense, the Bucks defense have been playing lights out the past several weeks, to the end of the season through the playoffs. So, I just knew that they were a better team in my mind. I felt they were a better team anyway, and it proved victorious. So it was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Weekend shit was trash. Her shit was dope. I hated the shit with Jasmine Sullivan and the white man. Like, I don't know why you just don't let Jasmine Sullivan sing the fucking anthem by herself. But you know, it was alright. It was cool.
Yeah. I legit didn't even know the Super Bowl was this weekend just passed until like Saturday. And I was like in the grocery store and shit. And I was like, that's crazy how when shit ain't in your purview no more, it ain't in your purview no more. But it could also be due to COVID and shit as well. But for me, it just blows my mind because I just know like how football was my thing. Like football was my
you
thing.
Don't follow
And you
no
couldn't,
sports.
couldn't
You don't follow no sports then.
I don't have any sports teams. Football was the only sport I really watched.
No, I mean like you don't follow like any sports shit on Instagram or anything or Twitter or anything like that.
I don't have any sports teams, so I wouldn't follow sports. Nah. I have to have a vested interest.
That doesn't mean just because you don't have a team, you can just like sports and watch highlights and shit.
No, I don't.
But I got you.
I'm a participant. I don't really just sit and watch sports. Like my whole thing with sports is more so the competition and me being invested in the competition. Like I need somebody or a team to root for. I don't care about none of it. I don't care about none of these sports for real. I mean, you know why I stopped watching
highlights? Like seeing like just like random highlights of like dope shit. Like you don't follow like Sports Center or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't follow any sports. I follow certain players because I like them as people and what they put on their Instagram. But no, do I follow any sports for highlights and shit? Nah, I don't follow that. I don't follow none of that shit. But you know, football was my thing. Like football is what I watched. Football is what I grew up watching and rooting for and like shit like that. And I can go to a game and I can do all of that. But as far as like me getting excited, I gotta have a reason to be excited. Like I gotta have a vested interest in something, in order to like stand for it and do all that shit. But, you know, I caught what people were saying on, Instagram, but it wasn't a whole lot. So I was wondering, you know, is it just my perspective, and my perceptions and what I'm seeing, or was shit really like going up like that and I'm just not paying attention? Do you feel like coverage was light because of COVID this year, or you feel like it was the same?
It was definitely the same. Like this is it was the changing of the guard, but the old GOAT and the new GOAT, it was mad fucking coverage. Like that's all the motherfuckers was talking about. So that's why I was amazed that you didn't see anything about it until Saturday. But yeah, the shit was widely
I didn't see nothing.
It was from the last game of each NFC and AFC championship. That's all people were talking about.
Everybody who I know who still watches football like that, because I do a lot of but I guess it's a birds of a feather type thing. A lot of people that I know stop watching football. But the people who still watch football, they were very they was just like shit was weak this year. Like, especially, you know, like the NFC East and shit like that, which, you know, I have a lot of Cowboys and Redskin people that I'm cool with or whatever, was just telling me about it. But, you know, I just was not hearing a lot about it. So I just blamed it on COVID and, you know.
You talking about the Super Bowl or just football in general?
The whole season and the Super Bowl. Yeah, I wasn't hearing a lot about this season. I haven't heard a lot about just sports in general, unless it was like related to COVID or related to injustice. You know what I'm saying? Where people was talking about like, they're having this fucking all-star game in Atlanta. Atlanta is the official host of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I get tied into to sports and shit. And LeBron, you know, not being down for that. How you feel about that shit? The all-star game, them having an all-star game for unnecessary reasons. Or do you feel like it's unnecessary?
I'm 6 and 1 half a dozen the other. They, you know, I mean, I understand like putting everybody all in, you know, all the best players at one particular time in one arena, you know, obviously heightens the threat of COVID, but y'all still playing basketball anyway. So, I mean, it's an expected threat, right? So, I mean, I don't know. Like like, I understand why they don't want to play because of the fact that, you know, it could obviously, you know, be widespread and all the fucking major players, you know, get affected. And then, on the other hand, like, niggas still playing basketball and they're taking like extreme caution up until this point. So it's in my opinion, no different than what you're already doing outside of just traveling to Atlanta. But if you got a home game in Atlanta, you know, granted that's only 2 teams versus, you know, I guess 26 people or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see if niggas do it, like, it's still going to be a good game. It's going to be competitive because last year they changed it up. Like, they basically took from, the big 3, in terms of how they do theirs and, you know, how they do their games or whatever. So it made it more interesting. But, yeah, I mean, I'm down for either way, to be totally honest.
I feel like it is, I personally felt like All-Star Weekend was more so a total event, you know what I'm saying, than just this game. You know what I'm saying? So when people are coming from, it's different when you have 2 teams and 9 times out of 10 you pull in just their fans. And like you said, you bringing in not only fans of all the teams and all the players, you're bringing in the groupies and the parties and you're bringing in all of that atmosphere, which is already going on in Atlanta. And then like you just multiply that. And so as a person that lives here and a person who wants COVID over, I'm like, this is some bullshit. Like, it's unnecessary. Like, it's just unnecessary. It doesn't determine anything, at all. It's just a show. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. It seemed like it's just one more game, but for what? Like, I get it. Y'all trying to make y'all money, but how much money can you make, man? Like, I guess that'd be my thing about a lot of shit. Like, how much money do you really fucking need? Like, how much money do you need?
It's just a staple of the NBA. So it's not necessarily like that it doesn't serve any purpose, because it does. I mean,
what purpose does it serve?
It's providing entertainment. Like, it's an all-star game.
Entertainment entertainment is not mandatory when people are dying, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to have the season back.
I never said it was mandatory.
Well, I don't feel, let me change my words. I don't feel like it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like that particular game is necessary. It's more so of an event than this game that has to happen. I don't know. I'm opposed, but I mean, I'm here, so I won't be down there.
Ain't nobody really going to be at the stadium like talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the Super Bowl where you had fucking 25,000 people there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be, they're not going to do that. Like, Atlanta's the only I think the only arena that's allowing, you know, courtside seats, but you can only have so many. So yeah, you might have 100 people at the fucking game, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like actual participants or, you know, crowd participants or whatever. But I mean, that part, nah. I think it's more so like what's going on outside of the game and people flocking to that and taking the shit people
back.
People flock to Atlanta anyway.
Yeah, but if you got a reason, that's even more. Listen, people go to Charlotte, but people go to Charlotte different when CIAA was and y'all fucking packed on top of each other. So just think of niggas already packed on top of each other. Now they really, really gonna be packed on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it is what it is. Y'all be safe out there for whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you choose to be your entertainment. You know, just be safe. Just be safe out there. I can only control me. No, I'm not taking that vaccine. I have no plans on taking that vaccine at all. Took me 30 years to get a flu shot. So, so yeah, I'm not getting the vaccine. You getting it?
Nah, I'm not. My parents got it this weekend though.
I think my mom getting it. How do they feel?
Fine.
Did they say anything?
The first one was the one that ain't. Yeah, the first one ain't the one that gets you. It's the second one they said from all the people that I've spoken to.
I know.
We'll see.
I know, like your mom has pre-existing conditions and things like that. Is she afraid of anything like that? Like she having conversations about, you know, are there any side effects or, you know what I'm saying, when you have different pre-existing conditions?
Yeah, but she like, shit, I got a whole bunch of shit in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, I take drugs every day. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to avoid having to, you know what I'm saying? That was her logic, you know what I mean? She said she takes pills and prescriptions every day. So she was like, I don't know what's in them either. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. I mean, it makes sense, you know what I'm saying? But
it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense to a point, but I just feel like certain shit.
She said, like, I take, like, you know, the whatever drug. She's like, I take that. I have no idea what they're telling me is one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's for a specific purpose of me taking it. And they're telling me that the vaccine is for a specific purpose. So it's all the same in her eyes. So I said, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I told her about, you know, my concerns, and, you know, she told me about hers, and she grown it than I am. So
nah, definitely. I feel like whoever want to take it should take it. I want everybody to take it. Except for me. Because if y'all take it, I ain't got to take it.
I ain't want to take the Moderna. I ain't want to take the Moderna. I wanted to take the Pfizer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't have no plans for either one of them shits. But like I said, I want everybody to take the shit. Because if they take it, I don't have to take it. That lessens my chances.
It's starting to work. You know what I'm saying? Numbers starting to decrease and flatten out a little bit. You know
well, Atlanta had its deadliest day the other day. They had, we had like 157 deaths in one day.
Georgia or Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta had 157 deaths the other day in one day. And I was just like, Jesus, that is crazy. It was something I wanted to talk about in that vein of the vaccine, but I forgot. So moving along, did you watch anything good? Have you been watching anything good?
Yeah, Your Honor is excellent. Season finale comes on Sunday. I cannot fucking wait. But it's gonna be one of those that they like, mad shit's gonna happen, and like all the good shit, you gotta wait till next season to see how it's gonna unfold, because mad shit doesn't happen now. Yeah, and the shit is good. One time for all the people who watch Your Honor, that shit is fucking banging. I'm really interested to see if that fucking judge stays alive, but we'll see.
Okay.
What else have I watched? I'm not sure. Nothing that comes to mind off top.
So I finally watched Moonlight. Didn't you say you watched that already?
Yeah, that shit was trash. It was good like the first 15 minutes, and then I was like, oh, okay. Not just because it was gay, it was trash. It was just a boring ass movie.
I actually liked it up until the end. Like, if you want to piss me off, have me interested in some shit and it should just end dumb. Like, I actually liked the movie. I was trying to figure out where it was going. I still don't understand the meaning of the movie. I don't know where we got to, what we learned.
Yeah, I don't even remember the ending.
It wasn't one. It just kind of ended. Like,
I don't even remember that part.
Homeboy went to go see Homeboy and it went off. Like, that was really it. But I didn't know all my favorite little black boys was in that movie. I didn't know that. I didn't know my little man from The Shy and Homeboy from Wu-Tang was in it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, all my little guys in this joint.
Shoot Wu-Tang, man. That shit is whack. That shit, COVID is whack. But they should, I mean, everybody else shooting, they need to have been shot already. Like,
hey, they need to come out the pockets, create them bubbles, do y'all shit, and then let people go.
Yeah, just go to fucking Atlanta. Like, work on Tyler Perry set.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
one time for Dallas Austin, because I found out I was watching the 85 South show, and if you like podcasts, 85 South show is a really good one, but they had Dallas Austin on.
My mama loved 85 South show live.
You said what?
I said my mama loves 85 South show live. Like, she be watching it on the live shows on YouTube.
Some good shit, man.
She loved DC Young Fly. Like, my mama loves silly. That's why she loved my brother. Like, my mom loves silly. Like, she'll laugh all day. She loves silly type comedy.
Yeah, that was that. But they had Dallas Austin on that shit, and he's the reason that Atlanta has like the filming capabilities. Like, he had to go to, it was funny, like the story was funny as hell, but he basically was like, he found out that he was going to speak on behalf of, Atlanta Films, and basically like get, all the sanctions or whatever else you need to get the filming permits for Atlanta. Cause he was like, matter of fact, cause ATL,
the movie
ATL is about him. I didn't know that. It was about him. And he ended up like they had to shoot that shit in New Orleans. He was like, why the fuck do I got to shoot that shit in New Orleans when I'm from Atlanta? He was like, we got, buku, all type of shit. So basically he ended up talking to somebody. I forgot who it was, but fast forward, he said he had to go and meet like with the fucking world leaders and shit. he was like, man, I was high as hell the whole night. He was like, I stayed up to like 4 a.m. making beats and shit. And then I got on the plane. I was high as hell drinking, all type of Bloody Marys and shit. He was like, his manager told him like, hey man, you might want to slow down. He was like, for what? He was like, I'm just going to meet with the people that are there. He was like, it ended up being like George W. Bush, fucking Al Gore, like all these big fucking wigs in order to get these bills and this legislation passed, for people to be able to shoot in Atlanta. So he's the reason that like Tyler Perry and all these other like film studios exist in Atlanta to the point where they're like making so much money. Shit is amazing. Like the motherfucker
in 2006
in his life. I guess.
In 2006?
Yeah.
Okay. That
was when Bush was in office.
That's interesting. The credit that he taken for that, I would love to hear him explain it, because Atlanta been a movie hub way before that.
Nah, not like
before 06.
Nah, that's what the man said. All I can tell you is what he said. But
right. That's why I was like, oh yeah, like I might need to hear that to hear exactly what context is he putting that in, because that don't sound right. I mean, and he could be saying whatever slant he put on it, or, he could be the reason why some buildings there or whatever. But I'm like, 06? That wasn't that long ago. I had been coming here way before then. But shout out to Dallas Austin
just movies, for, though. Like, were they having movies though? Like, major
all them shows studios was being shot there. Fucking,
film studios is different though, right? Like, so movies and all that shit. So sound stages and all that, that's totally different.
Okay. So he's saying like actual, like, studios being built there, not shit being shot there. Got you. That's why I was like, I'm trying to figure out the context, because that don't sound right.
He was like, his manager had put together like a letter. He was like, mind you, I'm high as a bitch and I've been drinking all night and drinking all day on the plane. He said, I get down this motherfucker. He's like, I did not look at the fucking letter or the speech that they prepared. He was like, I looked at that shit. The first 3 words was like, hello, I'm in Dallas, Austin. And he was like, the rest of that shit was big word city. He was like, I ain't know none of them fucking words. So he was like, I just ripped that shit up and just started talking like a real nigga. He said, and by the time, he's like, once I got away, he was like, niggas started clapping and shit. That shit was wild as fuck, yo.
Hey, that be the best shit when you surprise your fucking self. You just like, dog, I just winged that shit and that shit came out slamming.
That shit. Yeah, he cold-blooded, man. That motherfucker got stories for days. That shit was like because I never really heard Dallas Austin talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he's responsible for every goddamn thing. Like, for real,
Dallas Austin had good ass stories when he did his verses. Back in the
Dallas Austin didn't do a verses.
Oh, you right. It was it wasn't an official verses. It wasn't a verses. It was when Jermaine Dupri and Dallas Austin did like they pseudo type verses thing when verses had first started off in the towards the top of COVID. But anyway, he had a bunch of like bomb ass stories and shit. So I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe
great,
you.
Man.
That is Chili's baby daddy.
Chili's baby daddy, absolutely.
Lenny
Kravitz designed his house. Like, he had Lenny Kravitz come over and like design his fucking house, and it took like 7 years. It was like Lenny Kravitz and NASA. Like, that nigga is cold, bro. Like, that nigga is fucking
Lenny
cold.
Kravitz does architecture. Lenny Kravitz fine too.
Lenny Kravitz and NASA came to that man's house and like built his house. He said that shit took like 6.5 years to build.
He got saying that shit.
Hell yeah.
You can't build no shit for 7 years and then be like, all right, I'm about to sell this joint, get something else. Cause you obviously put a lot of thought in your shit.
He gonna buy some more shit.
You been saying this, shit about this fucking Gorilla Glue girl.
Yeah, it's amazing what we give attention.
Bruh, it is amazing. It is. Because since this bitch glued her fucking hair down with Gorilla fucking glue, which is different than Gorilla Snot. Gorilla Snot is a hair product. Gorilla Glue is in the hardware section. They're not even the same company. They just use the same mascot. Glued her fucking hair down. Now she got fucking like over 500,000 followers. She got a fucking GoFundMe that has like made like $20,000, and she getting a fucking manager.
38 years old. She's 38 years old. I'm 38 years old. Or will be in a fucking month, 2 months. Like, if I do some stupid shit, motherfuckers are not fucking, like, she's a fucking super goddamn grown adult doing dumbass shit. We like rewarding her for doing dumbass shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Bruh, I just like, are we fucking serious with these fucking unnatural colored contacts and these lashes? Ladies, I gotta vent for a second. Y'all gotta calm down on these fucking lashes. You're starting to look stupid. Like, once them shits get but so big, you look fucking stupid. Oh, like, if it look like a fucking hand on your fucking eye, like, that shit looks stupid. It's not the bigger the better. Like, I'm with lashes. I'm with you getting your lashes done in a realistic manner, my nigga. Like, realistic lashes. Once you start looking like a sideshow or you fucking Bonner Brothers for lashes, like, you look fucking stupid. Stop it.
That shit looks stupid from the beginning. Like, just put some mascara on and keep it hot. Like, niggas don't be on, I don't know if you're doing it for niggas or who the fuck you doing it for, but men don't give a fuck about no goddamn eyelashes. Like,
listen, I know some eyelashes that make people look totally different. So I'm in support of lashes. I am in support of lashes, but I like eyes and shit like that too. But
me too.
I'm in support of lashes.
I'm in support. Like, ooh, that bitch got some bang in his lashes.
But your ass be like, ooh, that bitch got some bad feet.
Yeah, feet look way better than lashes.
He act like, yeah, that's normal, but lashes, nobody gives a fuck about that.
Yeah, nobody gives a fucking. It's mad niggas that like pretty feet.
It's mad people that like pretty eyes.
You say what? Pretty eyes are different than fucking eyelashes.
I mean, but it's all encompassing.
No, it's not.
Something can bring. Yes, they can.
No.
Yes, they can.
Nah, they don't.
Listen, and the funny thing about it is, some chicks was talking the other day, and they was just like, the crazy thing about it is, men really don't know what no makeup look like. Like, they really don't know what no makeup be looking like. Like, they be coming on, like, bitches be coming on fresh face, all that shit. They still be having fucking makeup on. So that shit is, like, funny to me, because I was like, yo, sometimes I don't be knowing that shit either. But now I'm starting to figure out that, like, literally everybody has on makeup all the time. And if they got decent lashes, they probably fake. That's just the reality that we living in right now. Well, let me shut up. I was gonna say, ain't shit going on while you got on these, lashes, but people is out here living. So let me mind my fucking business. But you look dumb in these fucking, lashes, and that Gorilla Glue shit is just fucking retarded. What are you doing after this? You know, she's supposed to be filing a lawsuit against Gorilla Glue because it didn't state hair.
Yeah, that's gonna be denied.
I'm like,
gonna be dismissed with prejudice.
A lady said, funny ass comment, a chick said, I mean, my lighter fluid don't say, don't douche with it, but I'm not gonna put it in my vagina. Like, what the fuck? Like,
what would a reasonable and prudent person use it for? Was it used for as expected or intended? This is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So I can already tell you that shit won't even make it to the light of day. You're gonna file an answer and file for motion of summary judgment. And that shit's gonna be granted.
Yeah, I was just on calls today about some fucking lawsuits, and I'm over the shit and whatever. Like, it's so funny because companies will rather use money and fight than just do the right thing sometimes. Like, man, just throw that motherfucker a bone or do the right thing. You don't have to worry about a lawsuit. And sometimes they just want to, hold their nuts and shit and then be out of thousands of dollars. And then when you ask for some fucking paper, they say, we ain't got it in budget. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, companies is fucking mad, fucking retarded. Before we get into, black facts, I do want to talk about this. Another thing for me that triggered me. I'm over fucking every other year, some celebrity is saying that they brought Jordans back.
Oh, yeah.
Offset said that he brought Jordans back. Everybody was on designer and he brought Jordans back. Before that, Kanye West brought Jordans back. Everybody's bringing Jordans back. as a fellow sneakerhead, I want to know, when did Jordans ever leave after they arrived? Like, when did Jordans ever leave?
I don't know. Shit is weird. I know niggas be buying 1985 ones and shit. If that's the case, niggas wouldn't, like, if Jordans are worth fucking $60,000 and $70,000 now, then that means that they never left. Like,
never fucking left. Like, Jordan is a staple. Like, I feel like Jordans and white Air Force Ones have always been around.
And always will be. And shell toes.
And shell toes. Facts. They never went away. Ever.
Chucks will always be there. Shell toes will always be there. I
feel like Chucks and Vans go through their switching periods. I do. I feel like Jordans and Vans switch out. They'll never go away from me because I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want to wear. But as far as like popularity, it seems like Jordans and Vans are never popping at the same time. Was it like that for you? Do you even wear Jordans or Vans?
Do I wear Jordans or Vans?
I'm sorry, my bad. Converse, Chucks or Vans?
No, I don't wear Chucks, no.
Chucks or Vans? That whole scenario was Chucks and Vans. Yeah. You don't wear Vans at all?
No, I wear Vans. I don't wear Chucks. I've never owned a pair of Chucks in my life.
Really?
I don't like them.
Really? Chucks is very classic, but you definitely have big feet. So.
Not really, not for my size.
What size you wear?
12 and a half, 13.
That's a long ass Chuck. I'm not saying for your height. You shouldn't have size 8 and you fucking 6, whatever you are. But I can see how, cause after your feet is but so big, they look goofy as fuck. Like even if.
It's all relative.
I
don't got big ass feet. Like, so, I don't have big feet. I got wide feet. I don't have big feet. I can wear anything. Like, I wear Vans, all that shit. Like, I just don't personally like Chucks. I don't like Chucks and I don't like, Cortez. Like those aren't appealing to me.
I have like a pair of Cortezes, still brand new now that I'm thinking about it. Some white joints, some white and black joints. I fuck with Chucks and I fuck with, Vans. I mean, I pretty much fuck with most of the classic shits. Like, you can't go wrong with the classic. You can bust them joints out at any time. But, you know, I'm just tired of, like, first of all, we've already discussed on this show that the Migos is literally one of the worst dressed set of people ever. And all they wore was that designer shit. Like that Liberace designer shit. Like looking like a fucking mariachi band. Designer shit. Offset just don't know what to say. I just be over like these celebrities trying to take credit for like culture that was here before you and will be here like the fucking after you. Last question. You feel like Chance the rapper is overrated, underrated, or appropriately rated?
How is he rated?
I think depending on the circles in which you talk in, he's like one of the more elite rappers, I guess. I don't necessarily think of him that way. I think people just like Chance as a person and they put him a lot higher than he should be.
Yeah, nah, I'm cool on bro. I mean, like I got a couple Chance songs on my phone, but he can rap. He nice, but he ain't like, you know, nothing to write home about, you know.
Yeah.
To me personally.
The Chance songs that I really like. But I was hearing some shit today with Chance. I was like, man, we really be giving Chance too much. Cause this song is horrible. Like he was singing like, you gotta go crazy in order to survive or something. And he always singing and he can't sing.
Oh yeah.
Like he's not even like melodic to me where I feel like he really be trying to sing, but I be feeling, Charlemagne when Charlemagne be saying Chance sound like, he sing to like Muppets and shit. And like Muppets dance around when he talk. And I was like, yeah, it really do. Like every time, like if it ain't no shit like, like Fraggle Rock or some shit.
Yeah, he definitely do. That's fucking hilarious. I ain't never heard Charlemagne say that, but that's funny.
He always say that shit and I be like, true, bro, true. He do sound like that. He sound like that. I'm like, Maybe I be giving Chance too many props because Chance ain't really that great, but the songs I like, I really do like. Before we get into lit or shit, I want to, before we get into Black Facts, actually, I want to say, rest in peace to the late great Cicely Tyson. She lived a long life. What'd you say?
Rest in peace, John Chaney too.
Rest in peace, John Chaney. Rest in peace, Screech, Dustin Diamond.
I heard he was racist, but
for real,
still nonetheless. Yeah, I heard that shit. They were talking about on Joe Budden podcast, like he was wild racist.
Well,
like, uncontrollably.
If that is true, fuck Screech.
Yeah, I don't want to like.
Yeah, you different from me.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, he definitely had like, part of my childhood.
Facts.
But I heard he was like, I heard he was not such a good person.
And he had a crush on Lisa.
In a TV show.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, Screech. I never heard that.
A badass fucking Lisa. Lisa, I used to love Lisa Turtle. Will you hear me? Shit.
Lisa Turtle or Tatiana Ali. Ashley Banks.
Lisa, because she was older. She was like in high school and shit. You know what I'm saying? She was like a little high school joint.
She was like a little high school
joint. High school
bitch.
bitch was going to look like Lisa Turtle.
Look, Lisa Turtle, Ashley Banks. Let's go with the actresses versus their characters. So what's Lisa Turtle name?
Mayim Bialik? No,
that's Blossom.
That's Blossom.
That's a whole different white woman.
Who the fuck?
Locke Voorhees. Tatiana Ali. Keisha Knight Pulliam.
I seen Rudy in person. Rudy is a very pretty girl.
She is.
I'll go with Tatiana. Tatiana a little better than all three of them. To me, at this point, like she's weathered she's aged very well. I ain't seen Rudy in a while though.
Rudy
but
just got engaged.
Jake from State Farm nigga. To the Jake from State Farm nigga.
Is that who she went?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look that up. I know she just got engaged, but I don't think I saw the nigga who she was with. Jake from State Farm.
Only reason I know I saw it on Twitter. It could be wrong. But I heard,
and if you saw it on Twitter, it could have been them fucking roasting and shit saying the nigga looked like Jake from State Farm.
Nah, I heard this shit was actually him though. But
word.
They put it in context with some other shit. Like it was like, damn, at least what of that is with Jake from State Farm, Keisha Knight Pulliam with Jason, and then it was some other shit that was true. And I was like, oh, ain't that a bitch?
Let me see, Keisha Knight Pulliam husband. I want to know now. Did you see that? Drake, fucking State Farm commercial?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Drake getting them dollars, man. White people love fucking Drake. That's what's up though. I was trying to see if she was, oh no, that's the nigga. So, Ed Hartwell, I remember she was got married to him, engaged. That lasted for a hot little minute. I think it was like a year or something. And no, Brad James, definitely not. That's definitely not Jake from State Farm. We just got a black Jake from State Farm, but that's definitely not him. Is it?
Okay. I don't know who the fuck it is. Nigga line. Shout out to Twitter.
I was just like, that don't look like Jake from State Farm. All black men do not look alike.
It was a black dude who said it.
Oh shit. Oh well, there goes that. I couldn't do nothing with that. Oh, you got any? You ready to give out our black fact? Well, wait, do it. Happy Black History Month.
That's a fact.
Happy Black History Month. Has it been feeling like Black History Month to you?
No.
It has not, has it? Is it because we've been Black like, 365 lately?
I like read mad black shit all the time. So like, I learned so much more shit on the internet. It's amazing. But nah, quick Black History Month.
Skibbity bebop, B's Black Facts. You gotta let me do the intro. Take it away.
Oh yeah. On this day in 1995, astronaut Bernard Harris is the first black man to take a spacewalk. So shout out to him, man. He's a first black man to ever take a spacewalk in 1995, which is wild because I thought it would have been well before that, but because I think they made moon landing in like the 60s, right? Like 67 or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If the moon landing was real, that's what the conspiracy theorists say.
But if it's real, on this day, 1995 was the first. Shout out to the young brother Bernard Harris. He was the first black man to take a spacewalk. So shout out to him.
Okay.
This day in Black history, little known Black history fact that they never teach us. Because me and my wife was talking about, like, all they fucking talk about in schools is fucking Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and no shade and complete. They're honored, they're respected and should be praised for the same. But goddamn, there's so many other black figures that are, like making strides and making history that have, pushed this culture so far. And so, to what it is today. So, it's fucking our fucking education system needs an incredible overhaul, but whatever. We just need to educate our own fucking kids is what it really boils down to. But
yeah, that's what it pretty much boils down to. And everyone, I feel like, especially a lot of white people as well, is just having this awakening that. Did
you see that shit in Utah?
Of them opting out of Black History Month.
Yeah. That's some crazy shit. Man. You can sign a petition to opt out of Black History Month. That shit is fucking nuts.
That is some racist fucking shit. And then did you see the other shit with a black Republican in whatever state that is, talking about he is going to abolish Black History Month because it violates laws and we're just going to celebrate American History Month? All of the history is American history. What the fuck you mean? B, you know I hate a fucking coon, man. I just hate a coon. Like, how you a black man, you gonna say we abolishing Black History Month? Well, you know exactly why we have it.
Right.
We would love to live in a world where we don't have to have shit separate because shit is equal. Like, we would love to live in a world where in your history books, it has all the history and the accurate history. Not just the whitewash history, not just the bullshit about the lies about Christopher Columbus, not about the Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King, like they were the only people out here. You know what I'm saying? Those are just the people that you were not able to suppress.
Right. Because
they were too big and we were going to hear about it. So you couldn't suppress them. I remember being in school, learning about fucking bullshit ass Ben Carson.
Yep. Heads and shit.
Hell yeah. Like I learned about him in elementary school, like first open heart surgery, blah, 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 or brain surgery. What the fuck he do? He brain or heart?
Brain.
I feel like it's been history. We've done a lot. I feel like, as far as what I'm used to seeing from the outside related to Black History Month, I haven't seen a whole lot. And I was just like, these white people tired of us because they've been forced to recognize us, since last summer and now they over us.
Right.
Oh man. Listen, it is still Black History Month though. I'm Black History 365, but until all shit is equal, y'all still better recognize this fucking month and not just because y'all put Black Lives Matter on y'all websites fucking 6 months ago that you can forego Black History Month. White people, you are still accountable for promoting Black History Month throughout your organizations, according to me. You ready to get into some leadership, man?
Sure.
We are about to get into some leadership. Leadership is our pop culture segment, where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timeline. I see you sipping there, B. What you on? What you on tonight?
Well, it's a little blue moon.
A little blue moon. All right, a little blue moon. I am drinking cider actually. Tonight, keeping it light. I essentially got to lose like 100 pounds in a week. And like a couple weeks as I'm going to Jamaica. And so I'm going to Jamaica And so you have to take a COVID test to get in. You have to take a COVID test to leave. Jamaica has only had 2,000 COVID cases. The whole shit. And they are very strict. That's why we end up going there. I've never had a COVID test. So the people around me have to have COVID tests. So I've basically been relying on their test. Like if they have it, then I have it. If they don't have it, then I don't have it. I'm not looking forward to that fucking swab, man. Have you had one?
Nah, I'm gonna probably go this weekend.
Are you just voluntarily going or you feel away?
Yeah, no reason.
Oh shit. I'm not looking forward to that. My goal was to get through the whole shit without having to get one. So I'm not looking forward to that.
My goal is not to have COVID.
Facts.
That's my goal. I ain't really tripping off a test. Test it is what it is, but.
The only way I was going to get a COVID test is if I thought I had COVID or somebody around me had COVID. Like, I was not going to just volunteer to go get a test. Like, that was never my plan. I was never going to do that. But now I'm in a situation where I have to go, and if I have to sacrifice a Q-tip being swabbed up against my brain through my nose in order to fucking go on a vacation, then that's what it's going to have to be. I'm not looking forward to it. So, let me know how your COVID test goes. Let me know, how does it feel?
From what I've been told, it ain't that bad. Like the one that's up the street. Do
they let you do it yourself or do they do it?
Yep.
They let you do it yourself?
Do it yourself. Mm-hmm.
It's like a certain type of lab that you have to go to, and that's the only paperwork that they're going to take, and like some CLIA lab or something like that. And if it's not one of those, like, your shit is null and void. If it's not within those 10 days, your shit null and void. Like, you ain't getting in. You can't even get on the plane. Like,
shit's still stupid if you think about it. Like, you know how much shit happens in 10 days. So if I get it 10 days and then I like, there's mad shit that can go on within
for sure.
So I don't know. I'm going to Puerto Rico. I'm taking my wife to Puerto Rico in May. And then I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for my birthday. I'm doing something. Fuck it.
I'm doing something for my birthday. This, when I go to Jamaica, it will, it's for a birthday. And I was in Houston last year at the same time. And that's when, COVID officially kicked off, as far as us being out of work, being quarantined, all those types of things. So it'll really be like a COVID-versary, which is some bullshit. If you would have asked me last year, we'd be having this conversation right now. I would be like, no.
You ain't believe me.
I didn't. I went from, they gonna figure it out. I'm gonna give it like 6 weeks to, they gonna figure it out. I'm gonna give them 6 months. 1 year later, we still up in this bitch.
Yep.
But I'm not about to go crazy. I am not. I'm tired of the inside of everyone's home. No disrespect, people. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to come to your home and you come into mine. However, I'm tired of everybody's house. It's nothing personal. Like, let me get to some water at least. Let me get to some water and, at least see some people I've never seen before. I want to see new people. That's what I want to see. I want to see attractive new people I've never seen before in my life. I never thought I'd be pressed to see new people, but I am. Cheers to not having COVID. Cheers to hopefully never catching COVID, and cheers to finding vacations that make us feel comfortable. Let's get into the fact of your man's Chad Wheeler. So the 6'7", 315-pound NFL lineman Chad Wheeler for the Seattle Seahawks beat the shit out of his black girlfriend, Aaliyah Taylor, on January 23rd, and was arrested for domestic violence in Kent, Washington. Police officers actually had to struggle to subdue Chad. And Aaliyah Taylor recently did an interview where she talks about where he beat her unconscious. She said that she touched her face and looked down once she woke up and there was like blood everywhere. She said Chad stood over her. Now, Chad is a white guy, for y'all who don't follow sports. Chad stood over her while sipping a smoothie once she came to and said, "Wow, you're alive." After he had just choked her unconscious. And he started eating dinner while she was laying on the bathroom floor covered in fucking blood. You're a cold fucking piece. After she said she fled, got on her phone, started texting friends and texting people saying, "Call the police," which is interesting to me. I'm just like, why you just didn't call the police? Maybe she didn't want him to hear her. Maybe. So she was texting other people telling them to, call the police. I seen the pictures. It was a really upsetting, visual. She said that he actually attacked her because she would not bow down to him. He requested that she bowed to him and he didn't. And then he basically went apeshit. Chad Wheeler has pleaded not guilty after being charged with first-degree domestic violence assault, and has been cut by the Seattle Seahawks. What were your thoughts on this story? And do you know a lot about this particular player? Because I don't.
Nah, I don't know. I didn't know him until
then.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. You know what I mean? I definitely don't condone, white people, or not white people, men.
Especially.
I don't condone domestic violence.
Period. Right.
Period.
Right.
You should keep your hands to your fucking self on
Right.
both sides.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, he's a piece of shit. He should, fry for everything that he done. He didn't murder her, but he almost did. So he should do a significant amount of jail time for that. And,
yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, shit's fucked up.
You was fucking 6'7", 315 pounds. That's a lot of motherfucker right there. Like, that's a lot of nigga right there. And then I can only imagine what one fucking punch feel like from a nigga that fucking big. Like, it was a lot going on initially when this story came out because, especially, Black Twitter, the Black community, whatever, felt like it was not enough, being highlighted. Like, this story was basically being buried. Like, it happened and it was like 2-3 days later, people like, damn, this ain't come out. Why we ain't talking about this white dude who beat the fuck out his black girlfriend? And a lot of people was like, yeah, I didn't see it on, ESPN or none of that shit. What was the talk on, sports TV about this shit? Like, was those sentiments echoed, or was it just like another day in sports?
I'm not really sure, to be totally honest. I don't really. Excuse me. Thank you. I don't know. I don't really watch like a whole lot of sports shows, believe it or not.
Okay. I thought you was in it to win really it. The way you was talking.
No, I mean, I love sports, but there's no reason to when you can look at your phone. It's like everything's there. So, I mean, I saw it on, a bunch of, social media shit. You know what I mean? Like Sports Center here and there or whatever, but, like little excerpts in here and there. But honestly, I ain't see too many people talking about it. Or I didn't see any sports shows talking about it, I should say.
I really think that because of the dynamic, in my opinion, that this was this huge black guy beating up on this black girl, we as the black community took a little bit more interest in it. First of all, domestic violence is fucked up regardless of who it is. So that's not a black or white thing at all. That shit is just fucked up. And anybody who decides to put their hands on somebody and constantly hurt them, I can't fuck with it and I can't fuck with you. But I think that it was brought to the light more because of the black community was like, what the fuck? Why aren't we talking about this? Are you trying to bury this? Because this is this white man. And let a black athlete do anything, we hear about it within like an hour. Like anything, we hearing about it. It's everywhere. That's all they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when, fucking, Ocho Cinco, headbutted Evelyn. Like, that was like the big news story. Not saying that she deserved that or it shouldn't happen, but I'm just saying like a headbutt versus this nigga beat the shit out of her. Like, she looked bad. Like, it was one of those pictures where you know, if you can look at a picture like that and not feel nothing, you built different. I don't even know how to address that if you didn't feel nothing when you see anybody, male or female, but basically a woman, you didn't see her fucking beat the fucking death. Like, that shit is crazy. He tried to kill her, but now they're kind of blaming it on CTE and saying he just recently got diagnosed with bipolar. And there was conversations about mental illness, and for the most part, do you get a pass due to mental illness? Or should individuals with mental illness face the same, disciplinary actions as anybody else?
I mean, if you're diagnosed and clinically, and you can prove it's proven that it's related, then I mean, you still shouldn't be absolved from, causing bodily harm. Cause I mean, if you have some type of, cognitive issues, then, obviously, but if you're able to function a day-to-day job, lets me know that you have enough, sensibility to be able to make conscious decisions. Like, if you can not jump off sides, you should be able to fucking, keep your hands to yourself, in terms of that. So, I don't subscribe to that all the way. I mean, but if you can show, cause I mean, motherfuckers was clearly fucked up. Like, Aaron Hernandez was fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Damn.
And it was definitely determined that he got CTE and he did a lot of stupid ass shit. But, he still was, in my opinion, still shouldn't have been absolved from, the punishment that he got, because he still kept doing it. So, it's just kind of case by case, I guess.
I had the discussion around this, and, the way I felt about it kind of flip-flopped. At first, I was just like, if you have mental illness, not saying that you should be absolved from it. However, maybe, prison is not the answer. Maybe you should go to a different type of facility, a maximum security, mental institution, or something like that. So I don't think you should be absolved from it. But then I started thinking, all roads lead to slavery, right? And I was just like, I mean, but for anybody, in my personal opinion, for anybody who is constantly going back to jail, you gotta have something wrong with you. And then, we talk about the Black community and systemic racism and things of that nature. And, you have very educated individuals talking about, a lot of Black people growing up in the fucking hood got PTSD and shit like that. Like, shit, we don't even really realize that's what we got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you hear a fucking car backfire and you on your you know what I mean? Shit go down all the time. And I'm just like, it goes back to a case that we were working on at work, at my job. And they had all of these excuses for this dude because they knew what he was going through in his life. And I had to go back to, we fire people all the time and we don't know their backstory. So just the fact that we know somebody's backstory, we cannot have leniency on them just because you know their backstory. It's people that come to work, mind their fucking business. Bruh, I don't feel like anybody at my job could really tell you anything about me. You know what I'm saying? My friends can't tell you but so much about me. But everybody's going through their own trials and tribulations and things of that nature. So at the end of the day, kind of everybody has to be held accountable for their actions. Now, the treatment that you receive can differ, but I don't feel like you get a pass for things like this. And also with a job like you have, it is a high probability. Most of these niggas probably got CTE before they even make it to the NFL. You've been getting banged up since you was 10, my nigga. You've been getting fucking hit and running your helmet into niggas, and niggas been running their helmets into you, and your head been ran into the ground and all that shit since you were a kid. So niggas be fucked up before they even make it to the fucking pros. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas be having mad testosterone too. You gotta have mad testosterone to play fucking football.
Yeah, so and especially to be a fucking lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least, you know what I'm saying? Other motherfuckers get the finesse and run the ball and look cool. And, you know what I mean? Like, you get your shit off. You know what I'm saying? Alignment, yes, you gotta have talent for sure. But you gotta be fucking driven to want to do something like that. Like,
mm-hmm.
linemen don't get the props that they should. You know what I'm saying? For handling the business and making sure that, you know, motherfuckers is covered and shit like that. Like, you out there just hitting people like
Yep.
all fucking day and getting hit. Like, that shit is crazy. Do you feel like someone in this position, if someone in Aaliyah Taylor's position could sue the NFL? Because of the CTE shit.
But
yeah, true. You can always sue somebody, but we ain't talking about no Gorilla Glue suits. Do you think a viable suit could happen?
I mean, if you got a nice lawyer, if you
True.
can, I mean, if you can figure something out, like you can, you know, it just depends. But it's gonna be hard. You ain't got enough money to fight with the NFL, so might as well just. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to fight with the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when with a slam dunk case. If you got some shit that is gonna take a whole lot of discovery, a whole lot of motions, and a whole lot of litigation, that shit get expensive, boy. Mm-hmm. NFL got plenty.
But for something like that, you will definitely have lawyers that's trying to get in for the clout.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some pro bono. You can get some pro bono, some work.
Not pro bono. They just gonna get part of the settlement when that shit happen, or part of the. They ain't gonna do the shit for free.
Work for hire, like towards the end. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, yeah, that's an arduous process. You know what I'm saying? Like, litigation is some expensive ass fucking shit. You know what I mean? My
mom had some, my mom was, I'm sure I told you about this, or I think I told you. It was a few years back though, but my mom was in an accident, and, like, the insurance company, was gonna give her like $8,000 or some bullshit. And she got like an attorney, and like they went through all this process, and you know, you gotta go through your fucking, go to the, doctors and therapy and all that bullshit. And after all was said and done, my mom ended up getting like $2,000 more because she had to split the shit with the doctors and the fucking lawyers and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And she was just like, man, that was just like a waste of time. I should have just fucking took the other shit. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, I don't know how her homegirl worked it, but her homegirl got a good little chunk of change, but she was the person driving. But they were sitting there at the light, and a nigga just smashed into the back of them. And I think where maybe her homegirl got more, because like she actually like passed out. Like she got hit.
She had a closed head injury. I mean, that's what it boils down to. It depends on like what type of injury you have.
Yeah.
Like, if you have, you know, just soft tissue injuries, those can only be worth so much. But if you got broken bones and all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? That's when you get into the deep pockets of it. And then you got like, you know, coverage limits. And if motherfucker only insured up to 25,000, all you can do is, you know, get out of 25,000. You can't get no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to go into your own insurance policy and all the other fucking boring shit. But yeah. Do you? So a lot of companies have a policy that basically says, like, a lot of your major companies, they have policies that basically say, like, if you are, you know, companies do like their background checks and shit like that, and then you get in the door. Some companies, after you get in the door, you're good, right? You don't get any more background checks. Some companies, depending on your industry, they do periodic background checks, because background checks are expensive, but they'll do periodic background checks. And so they have policies in which if you are like convicted of a crime, like a felony, and they find out about it, then you lose your job. And of course, if you have to go to jail for an extended period of time, of course you lose your job because you can't show up at work. Okay. So this guy has been, terminated from the team. He's no longer with the Seahawks, but I had a conversation in the past with my mom,
And my mom feels like what goes on in them people's house, my mom is like old school black woman. We are totally different. She feels like what goes on in those people's house shouldn't impact someone's job. Now, I feel like we're both going to be on the same page about fucking NFL and shit like that, because a lot of those policies have like a morals clause.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And if you do things that disrupts the brand or the franchise or whatever, you could be terminated. But what about in like regular jobs? Like if you are convicted, but maybe you don't get time where you have to leave, be out of work or nothing, like for habitual crimes like domestic abuse or, pedophilia or things like that, where it seems like people tend to slide under the radar a little bit. Do you feel like people should lose their jobs for those types of activities if it's nothing related to their job or their industry?
I think if they find out, yeah, I mean, because it goes with your credibility, right? So, like,
True.
I mean, especially if you're dealing with, say, sensitive information, you know what I mean? Like, if you're dealing with sensitive information, like people's social security number and all type of shit, like, clearly your judgment isn't the best, so you could very well just walk away with somebody's social and, do whatever you want.
No, not like for shit like that. I get what you're saying like that, but shit like domestic abuse, pedophile. No,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. So, like, your credibility. So, right, my point is, like, if you're in the medical field, right, and you're working with people's social security numbers and you're convicted of fucking pedophilia, where you may not do any charges or do any time, you're still a fuck person, right? So you may very well could steal somebody's fucking social security number and run their numbers, is what I'm saying.
So you saying like it's a slippery slope, like everything is a line. Like if you're a fucked up person, you're a fucked up person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so that could, that could lend itself to other facets of your life, in turn, your company and, time sensitive documents, or you might be stealing money, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, if they find out about it, then because unfortunately I know people that, did, maybe got caught with some dope or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But had a job and ended up losing their job because they were in fucking, the WRL, and, you know what I'm saying, their picture was there, and then they found out about it, you know what I'm saying? For real.
WRL, shout out to WRL.
They end up losing their fucking job, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just the reality of it. Like, this is, and especially in North Carolina, this is at will state. They can fire your ass for fucking sneezing too loud if they want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, the thing about those at will states, they can fire you for whatever, but you can also draw claims for whatever too.
Yeah.
So if they fire you, even though they're at will, they need to at least present a good reason if they don't want a lawsuit. Like I say, I've been dealing with employee lawsuits all day. So that's why I'm just like over it. But yeah, I feel like certain crimes, I think my thought process is not necessarily, direct line of yours, but I feel like certain crimes are just crimes against other people. Whether you do time for it or not, if you hurt people, there's nothing good about you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like if you hurt people for fun, whether you beating on somebody, molesting somebody.
What if you burglarize somebody's house and take man shit and you work at a bank?
No, I know industry specific things. Like my question is more so.
Say you work at UPS and you steal mad shit from not UPS, but like you break in somebody's house or break in somebody's car and do mad shit. Would you when you find out about it? Would you terminate somebody?
If you break into somebody's home and you do the plumbing in our building, I don't necessarily have an opinion on that.
So you might. Yeah, I think I can't fuck with you because you're a thief. So that means you'll fucking come in here and steal all of my goddamn computers and all my goddamn PVC pipe and sell it off for some shit. Nah, I'm cool. Like,
all right. So what if you're a drug dealer, right? What if you get caught selling weed? Is that a direct correlation to what you may do in your job?
Nah, but I understand why if and when it does, because you can't get a job if you get caught selling weed. Like if that's on your pre-screen, like if you pass your pre-screen today and then you get caught selling weed tomorrow, and they decide that they cool It's no difference than if you get caught selling weed 6 months ago. And I mean, again, it's different now because weed is legal and all that shit. So,
right.
Whatever. But if it's in that state, you know what I mean? Like, kind of got to go with it. Like, it's against the law. Like,
so basically your stance is any crime that you do, you shouldn't be able to work. Or as the owner of that company, right, of B Hill Industries, I don't want you to work for me, regardless of what the crime is.
Yeah, I understand it. I don't think it's fine. I mean, it's a case by case scenario and shit, and I get it. It's a slippery slope because, again, a lot of my friends are felons.
That's what I was about to say. That's exactly where I was about to go. I was like, would you have any of your friends work for you?
Yeah. I mean, but
because you trust them.
But some of them, not all of them.
Right.
That's the thing about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would, but like, they would have to show, cause even with that, like, mixing business with pleasure is not always a good thing. So, I would be cautious of doing that just on the strength. But I mean, cause I've employed some of my friends who didn't have the best records and they didn't necessarily show up on time, you know what I'm saying? And kind of like jeopardize certain contracts and shit. So you got to know your crowd, you know what I'm saying? You got to know your audience. And like, at the end of the day, like, you're not finna fuck my money up. Like, no, you know what I mean? So if I can't trust you enough, I understand, you know what I'm saying? Cause I got, really close people that per their record look like fucked up individuals, but they're not, you know what I'm saying? They just made, bad mistakes, but you are representation of, it's just like a credit score. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I be paying my bills. I just had a bad month. You know what I'm saying? But if a motherfucker run your credit score and you can't get no car, you can't be mad that a motherfucker can't get no car because you fucked your credit up. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, you got to be, there's consequences to everything. Like, life is about choices and it's only one. It takes one just to fuck your life up. Just like, you might have had a DWI. It's my first DWI. It's my first time getting drunk, but I got caught and now my insurance rates are fucking through the roof. Mm-hmm. I can't be mad that my insurance rates are through the roof because I got caught drinking and driving. And then, so now this motherfucker got to insure me. Cause that same night that I was drinking and driving for my very first time could have been that very first time killing somebody too. You know what I'm saying? And then,
very true.
You know what I mean? So life is all about choices. You know what I'm saying? The ramifications one way or the other. So, it's a tough pill to swallow, but shit you gotta wear.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that if there is like, if it were my company and you've never been convicted of domestic violence, however, there are fucking 20 police reports out here where they've had to come to your house regarding domestic violence, I wouldn't want you to work for me.
Right.
Even though you haven't been convicted of a crime or this woman hasn't been strong enough to come forward, I wouldn't want you to work for me. But I do understand from a corporate standpoint, like, we're just making assumptions at that point in time. But if it were my company, I just can't fuck with people who fuck with people, man. Like, it's such a bad thing, man. Like, I just don't like people and that's why I do the job that I do. Like, the job that I do is basically like, I want, you know what I'm saying? Like, the people who can't talk for themselves, like, all right, what we need to do to help you, but I need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't do like, people want to go work at nonprofits and things like that. I think that is very noble, but I needed to figure out a way to help people and also get paid at the same time. So, conducting like ethics work and shit like that. Like, I like that shit. Like, it's a nigga that, I'm helping right now, and I ain't gonna say too much, but he came to me because he like, look, I feel like you'll be able to understand this. And it is because representation matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't a lot of faces that look like mine in there, and his. You know what I'm saying? So he just like, look, you get it. Because, and I'm going on a tangent here, but like, white people in corporate America cannot process unconscious bias.
Oh, yeah.
They really can't. Like, if you say anything to them about unconscious bias, they think that you're calling them racist. I feel like we all do things and we all have unconscious biases. It may not be towards race or it may be towards race. But the whole thing about it is I feel like because of how Black people express themselves, and it's not even in a hostile way. It's just that you find us intimidating as a race. So you can have Bob go the fuck off in a meeting. And like I said, he's passionate. But soon as you object to something, you're not a team player. You're aggressive. You're all of these things. And that's kind of one of the issues that I'm helping, I'm investigating for him. And I kind of feel like there's this thing, and I went to my white coworker and I said, I feel like there is a lot of unconscious bias when Black people don't express themselves in this company. And I really don't know how to bring it to their attention without seeming like one or two things: that I'm being biased, and two, calling y'all flat out racist, because they don't understand any in between. If you're saying I'm doing this because of race, you're calling me racist. And now we got 14 lawyers in the room. And it's not that. But anyway, I'll circle the square and just say, is this situation with Chad Wheeler lit or shit?
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And it is a lot of bullshit today. That is some shit. So you heard about, so we've been going, we just started our, bi-monthly? What's every 2 weeks? Bi-weekly, right? Yeah.
Bi-monthly would be every other month.
Yeah. Thank you. Our bi-weekly podcast thing. So this whole Tighe and Tiny thing came out over a week ago, but we're just getting to it. So Tighe and Tiny family hustle has been suspended after Tighe and Tiny were accused of sexual abuse. They were accused of abusing, drugging, and trafficking a former friend of theirs, or an associate, business associate, whatever they were, by the name of Sabrina Peterson. And VH1 decided that they're going to halt production of the show. And Tighe and Tiny vehemently denies these allegations. And they have threatened legal action against the accusers. Sabrina Peterson accused Tighe and Tiny of not only abusing multiple women, but she accused Tighe of holding her at gunpoint. She provided all these screenshots that were sent to her, by women who claimed they were abused and coerced into taking drugs and, being sexually assaulted. Lisa Bloom is now representing one of the accusers. And when Lisa Bloom get involved in some shit, like, you don't know if it's true, false, or she just in it for the clout. You never know what's going on. But you sent me T.I.'s live when Tighe spoke about this. And, one thing this show has a lot of is Tighe. I really feel like every other episode has some Tighe in it, but I actually feel like Tighe did a rather good job, because I feel like he fuck up shit so much and he think he confusing people with these big words that he's not even using properly. But I feel like he did a good job of basically saying, hey, me and my wife, we do what the fuck we do. We not about to open up our bedroom to y'all. However, we not about to weaponize sexual assault and trafficking, because that's not what we into. That's not what we've done. And I feel like, women need to be heard and all that. He said all the great things. I actually thought that it was a good little live that he did talking about that. It's no secret that Tighe and Tiny are adventurous in the bedroom. What do you think about this particular story? Had you heard about Tighe and Tighe being adventurous in the bedroom prior to this?
Of course.
Okay. Because I was like, everybody don't know that. And somebody was like, nah, I never heard that. I was like, oh, I don't think they really keep that no secret for real.
Yeah, no, they be fucking bitch. I mean, Tighe rap about it all the time. But anyway, I mean, in terms of, you know, what they got going on, that shit, I mean, it's an open case. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it's a case necessarily, but I mean, I think, I don't really know what to think, to be honest, because motherfuckers be doing all type of weird shit, but I don't think,
that's true.
To the credit of Tip and for the things that I've seen him do for our people, you know what I'm saying, or attempt to do, I wouldn't, you know, putting this on him. I feel like, he's innocent until proven guilty, so they're gonna have to show me besides some fucking screenshots and shit. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like they, you know, be fucking wild and having a good time, but I don't think they would do some shit, you know, against anybody's will because of their star status and, you know what I mean? Like I said, just the fact that they on TV every day or, you know, in the spotlight to the point where it could come out that, you know, anything like that. So, and I just don't think, you know, he seemed like a stand-up guy. I mean, he does things, you know, off the cuff and, you know, maybe you don't necessarily agree with it. You know, his motives, but I think his heart's pure in a lot of things that he does in terms of what he wants, you know, for our people. So, to say all that, I don't think, you know, it's true. But again, who knows until the facts come out. So
listen, at the end of the day, you know, I don't think I hold Tighe in such high regard as you do. I think that it is definitely, you know, he definitely has some great things that he does. And he also has a lot of fuckboy in him and a lot of shit that I don't necessarily agree with. Listen, at the end of the day, Martin Luther King was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King did all these great things for black people, but Martin Luther King was also out here. Even with Tighe being 60% fuck nigga, the way he operate, the things that he do, the things he get himself involved in, it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I think that Tighe has done a lot of great things as well. But as far as this shit, like, no matter what I think of him, I don't really put him doing this. Like, do I feel like they probably getting fucking lit out that bitch? Like, they probably taking all the drugs and all the shots and having a good time? I mean, I feel like that's what you do before you have a fucking orgy or a fucking threesome. You know what I'm saying? Do I feel like, you know, they're probably serving alcohol and drugs and whatever you need to feel comfortable being in this situation? You about to fuck Tighe and Tighe. They already said they fuck Black China. They fuck Bernice Burgos. They done fucked the rack of bitches together. They done fucked a lot of bitches on your timeline together. And listen, you gotta loosen up to do some shit like that. Like, you gotta loosen up, you know what I'm saying? Just to, you know, maybe have sex with somebody you ain't never had sex with. So think about you fucking having sex with Tighe and Tighe. I don't feel like they running no Cosby's on nobody. I really don't feel like that. But at the end of the day, what we constantly learn is you never know what people do behind closed doors and what people get off on. You know what I'm saying? Just because people have access doesn't mean that's where the issue lies. Like, rapists aren't rapists because they can't get pussy. You know what I'm saying? Rapists are rapists because they like taking pussy. They get off on that part. They get off on the violence. They get off on trying to make somebody be submissive against their will. Like, that's what they get off on. The nut is just, that's how they get the nut. It probably ain't even really from the intercourse. It's from what built up before that. But I just hope that this is not true, because that is crazy. And for my people who watch reality shows and shit like that, like, Candy is also in that circle of motherfuckers that get busy down here in Atlanta. Like, they talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, her and her husband, they down for a lot of shit. They talk about it, which I feel like if everybody is of age and consistent, play the fuck ball. It's all good. But, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like if Candy and all them doing that. Candy was accused by fucking Portia of drugging her and trying to have sex with her, which was like a whole fucking storyline for Real Housewives of Atlanta fans know what I'm talking about. But that was a whole storyline. And then it came out that Portia said basically like she lied. Like, I don't feel like that's the type of shit you're supposed to lie on somebody about.
I think you should have legal ramifications behind that shit too. False claims should be just as
that's severe. Defamation. Yeah, false claims. You're right.
Them shit should be just as severe as because you don't stop folks' money and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got kids and all type of shit, man. I don't agree with that shit. I think that shit, like, if it's found to be false, that shit should be, you can go to the fullest extent of the law with that. Just the same. I think you're subject to the same consequences as somebody who's found guilty of the things that you're saying that they did.
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
Yeah. I think the only problem is the fucking system is fucking flawed like a motherfucker. So fucking liars walk. You know, innocent get in trouble, like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit just so fucked up. But I'm with you. If you make claims that could, I feel like if you're a liar, period, you lame to me. But if you make claims out here that's fucking up people's lives, like you're literally changing the course of somebody's life. When you do some shit like that. If you were a famous guy, married or not, whatever, however you want to make this scenario. Do you think that you would, if I'm going to put you as a single guy, because I feel like it's easier for you to answer the question this way. If you're a single guy, you're a famous guy, what do you think you would do to kind of keep yourself out of shit? Because our show, all we talk about is celebrities getting themselves into shit. You know what I'm saying? They getting themselves into shit. And a lot of these stories are like related to sex and things of that nature. Would you be out here wilding? Because you
at
can?
My age now, nah, probably not. But when I was young, hell yeah. I mean, when you're young, you just be young. You know what I'm saying? But when you only got like Chris Rock said, you only is in this case faithful as your options.
You are today. You are today, but you rich and you famous, and you just got this rich and famous. So you ain't been. Now you got access to women you've never had fucking access to.
Nah, I wouldn't be if I'm damn near 38 years old and I'm just getting money and I'm getting fame and shit. Nah, I might be doing, I'd definitely be gonna be fucking some hoes, but not like to the point where it's gonna be a detriment.
What precautions, what safeguards, what controls do you think you will put in place to not have yourself in these type of situations? Cause like I said, I think they, I don't know shit. I wasn't in a room, but just based on my opinion of the situation, I'm sure they probably had like NDAs or some shit like that. What would you put in place to keep you out of the Trey Songz situations and the Tighes and
I don't even know all the shit that you can do. I mean, I guess I'd just be trying to chill. You know what I'm saying? I'd be fucking bitches and shit, but I guess NDAs.
Hey, like you said, niggas be horny. Niggas be horny. And you got this bitch you just saw on your Instagram. You done flew her out, and then like, I don't know, it's just like crazy because it's like you get all this fame and fortune and shit like that, and I'm all about the fortune. I could care less about fame. But you get all of these things, and then you can't even really have fun like you want to without a lawyer always having to be involved. You know what I'm saying? What Hov say, at a party, can't even dance, got on a hot ass vest, can't rub up against their chest. Cause you get a lawsuit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even go out here and enjoy the fucking fruits of your fucking labor and having access to all of these things that you've never had access before. I don't know. Like, I asked the question, but I don't know either. But I know, a man is in a slightly different position with the things that, men get accused of. Versus, women and shit like that. So, I don't know, man. That's just crazy. Little shit. I think that this is, shit because If it's true, it's shit. And if it's false, it's still shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Last but not least, like I said, we got a lot of shit in here. I think our letter is a little bit funny, so that might break it up. Man, my man Raz B, man. So, Raz B, he back. Making claims against Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes. He been posting videos that he been molested. He want everybody to take a lie detector test. He called out Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston on fucking social media. They say he's been bullied. They're trying to silence him. But it seems like he's starting to get a little bit of support in the public. But he has made it clear that he wants them to be held accountable for this sexual assault. And Chris Stokes, he's always denied the allegations. He stated that Raz B and his brother was upset because he stopped financially supporting them, and that's where these allegations come from. After dropping that video on Instagram, Raz B said that they're attempting to silence him. They keep sending him cease and desist letters. He want everybody to take a polygraph. He want himself. He want Marcus Houston. He want Chris Stokes to take a polygraph. And even Omarion and Omarion's brother Orion. First of all, let me stop for a second. Omarion then had a glow up. I don't know, it's because he left April.
Feeling the glow up.
He looked good. His brother was always cute, but he looks better. Like he just looked like Omarion was always corny to me, but shout out to Omarion. Listen, fine is fine. And Omarion, he came up. Congrats to Omarion. But Omarion and Orion, why I took that detour. Omarion and Orion, is also urging Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes. Listen, this has been going on since literally like mid 2000s, late 2000s maybe. This man has been claiming that these people molested him. And I feel like he has been pretty consistent with what he's saying. Why won't anybody listen to this man?
Shit, I don't even know. I ain't even know all the shit was going on. I don't know. Shit sucks though. I mean, bruh, I knew back in the day, but I don't be man. I be seeing niggas and I scroll right past that shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I like funny shit.
I think that it is. I think that it is super fucked up. Like, honestly, I don't know what can be done now because I feel like the statute of limitations have probably ran out more than likely, but. I believe him. I believe him. I feel like of all the things you're going to do and all the things you're going to claim, I don't feel like a grown man just going to keep reminding everybody every 5 minutes that this nigga fucked me up and ain't nobody doing nothing about this. And it's very reminiscent to me of what happened with the whole R. Kelly shit. Mm-hmm. Where these allegations came forth and didn't nobody want to listen. So I feel like it's kind of fucked up because I feel like one of the main contributing factors to no one listening to him is because he's a man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And people don't take sexual assault against men serious. And it's unfortunate.
That's a fact.
It is unfortunate. I just don't understand, like, as far as like, if the statute of limitations has run out, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck does Chris Stokes do where he wouldn't make money no more? Like, is he still making music? Have you ever heard of a Chris Stokes joint?
No idea. I didn't know he made music from the beginning. I thought he was just like a manager or some shit.
He's like a manager, like he produces and he's also like, does like movies and shit like that.
Yeah, you got way more knowledge than I do. Yeah, I have no idea.
Pop culture podcaster here. Chris Stokes, Chris Stokes always gave me gay. Keep it in the band. He always gave me gay. Even before all of this came out, he gave me gay. And I don't want to say that like synonymously that means that he's a child molester. I'm just saying he liked boys. That's just public opinion. But Marcus Houston, I didn't really pay attention to Marcus Houston until Marcus Houston married Chris Stokes' daughter's best friend, who's 19 years old.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
You married this bitch at 19 years old, and y'all was together before that.
Yeah, Batman old.
He is. And she's 19, so when did y'all stop? He tried to say like, oh, it was after she was 18, but you fucked up because you said y'all had been messing with each other for 2-3 years. She's 19, my nigga. That means she was like 16. They on some weird shit. I can't get with it. What advice would you give like your nigga? Like if this was your homeboy, what advice would you just give him in general?
Call the police, man. I guess keep doing what you're doing. I guess. I mean, it's eventually gonna get traction. I mean, call the police. Shit, if you feel wrong, I don't know. File a civil suit.
You like just get the money. File a civil suit. Raz B, man, and it's Chris Stokes shit. It's little shit.
Shit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it is shit. Everything has been shit in little shit today. We did not have a lot of good shit going on. Oh, you ready to give out some advice, man?
Sure.
All right, we're about to go into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice to listeners who don't care about getting advice from people who can buy their alcohol out of the grocery store. Today's letter says, "Hi, Fresh and Be Healed. My name is Aaron. I am a 26-year-old white male from Tennessee. I have recently moved to LA. I got a job as a production assistant. Since moving to LA, I've seen all types of beautiful women in person that I've only seen on TV or social media. I've never dated outside of my race because my small town in Tennessee is not very diverse. There is this very beautiful African-American female I am interested in. I have no idea how to shoot my shot. How does a swagless white boy get to obtain an African-American queen and have her take me serious?
P.S. Never say obtain.
P.S. The show is awesome. I love when you guys demand accountability from the right-wing white people." And that is from Aaron. Shout out to our white listener. I love when I hear we have white listeners.
Shout out to you, Double A.
Double A.
You can't obtain a black woman. That shit is, it just sounds weird. It's it's very racist.
Period.
Yeah, it's just racist. It's like not rapey, but it's just weird. Racist. It's racist, but racy.
Yes. Obtain is very, property like.
Yeah.
Very ownership like. Very mastery.
She's definitely not 3/5 of a person. Fucking weirdo. But thanks for listening to this.
How do I procure a black woman?
Yeah, the fuck. Like, this ain't no goddamn fucking squash, nigga.
This ain't no auction block, my nigga. Get it together. First of all, he just gave you the first jewel. I didn't even peep. So, shout out to you for getting AA Ron all
Those
together.
days are over, friend.
It's a new day and it's Black History Month. Don't ever try to obtain in Black History Month.
Thing called Emancipation Proclamation. Check it out. Yeah. Civil rights movement in 1964. You can't fucking own people, friend.
Hey, Aaron, ain't no way you thought you was gonna write in and not get read for something, though.
Yeah, you did that on purpose. You knew what you
knew that.
You
knew it.
Right. This is a roast.
Are you not
entertained?
I
don't even. What was his question?
His question was,
you don't even deserve a fuck. You don't even deserve the black woman. Don't even.
Damn.
Just move on. Cause like.
That's your advice.
I don't want you like, cause if you get like, what if you get like a woman like Fresh and she's like, that she might be attractive, but she fucking pro-black as fuck and you talking about, I really have been trying to obtain you for several months now. Like, nah. You cheddar Bob. You shot yourself in the dick. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
man.
I think you should just move on to greener pastures.
You got to do the frozen and let it go.
Another ethnicity. Maybe warm up to ethnicities.
Yes, go. I know where you're going with this. I like it. Go. Watch you go left and I'll be like, nah, I wasn't
somebody else that doesn't hasn't faced as much oppression, maybe.
I feel like you should start with Asian, keeping it a band.
Or maybe like get you like a Mexican. You're in a,
Mexicans are a little bit spicy. I feel like Asian women are a little bit more docile. They're closer to white women.
That'll be a good twist for him. Like he'll have it'll be a little spice, but not black. You know what I'm saying? So like it'll help him, kind of ramp up to.
I'm trying to bring him from mild to hot, and you trying to take him at like a little bit spicy to get to hot. Like I'm taking him too far back. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, nah.
A Latina.
You gotta ramp it up a little bit.
Say Latina.
Get you a Spanish lady. You know what I'm saying? Get you a little Rosca Pollo and shit.
Oh my God. Hey, you can't go into the Afro Latinas because you're getting too far. Don't go with the Puerto Ricans or the Dominicans or any of those because you back in the hot water. Like you need to go with like someone from Mexico or people from Spain spicy too.
Yeah, they're all black.
True.
Everybody's black. So, I mean, just get you
everybody's black.
Ethnicity. Like, just get you another ethnicity before you get to a black woman, just so you can like kind of learn the ropes of dealing with somebody from a different culture versus like jumping head first into a damn pool of blackness. Cause, you might not be able to tread those waters lightly, friend. So, you
can't go from seasoning your food with Dasani to all the seasonings, to the Lowry and smoked paprika and the motherfucking onion powder and the garlic powder. Like you can't go through all that and throw in the cayenne. You don't want to overload your palate.
Yeah, get you a little sazon, you know what I'm saying? First, you know what I mean? Get you a little yellow rice, stuff like that. And then work your way up. See how you like that. Cause that might be too much for you. You know what I mean? Like, then it might just sully your taste for it. And you might just go back to, your white women. And that's fine too. So, whatever. Totally fine. I mean, you seem cool. Shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
You seem cool.
You seem cool enough. Outside of the semantics that you use, you need to use a little bit better diction next time you write into a black show. But other than that, much power to you. Thank you for listening.
That is hilarious. Listen, AA Ron. I think chemistry is chemistry, and either you have it or you don't. Mm-hmm. I don't think that you should not be yourself. Cause why would you want someone that does not like the real you? Cause you can only put on airs, but for so long, I think you should just interact with her. Do not, fetishize her at all. Don't talk about, how great her skin is and how you like the color and shit like that. Like shit that make it weird. Say the shit that you would normally say, but like with less mayo on it. Mm-hmm. Like do a spicy Dijon. Yeah. I feel like if she like you, she's going to like you. If she doesn't, black people are not monolithic either. So there may be another black girl that's for you. You know what I'm saying? So, you didn't give us enough information about this girl outside of the fact that she's black. So I can't give you any further advice outside of the fact that she is black. Is if she don't want you, another one may. And you're talking about obtaining an African American queen. If you don't necessarily say queen in your regular language, please don't go up calling her queen.
Right.
Cause that shit gonna sound racist as well. It's gonna sound like a microaggression or a macroaggression. So just don't do that. Just go be yourself, and who is for you, and who is not, is not. Us black women range in all types of 32 flavors for that bootylicious bubble gum, peach, cherry, strawberry. How does it go? Who am I quoting?
Yeah, that was an attempt at crime mob. The last part was a little off, but it's fine. It's fine. That'll work too.
Sorry, I'm not a crime mob historian.
You obtained the wrong lyrics.
I gave enough for you to know what I was talking about, though.
That's true.
So, all you need is a little bit of the melody. We know how to get that done. But yeah, anyway, man, my advice to you is to just go ahead, talk to her, be you. And if she don't like the you, then y'all not meant to be together. She meant to be with somebody else and you meant to be with somebody totally different. But I feel like the biggest key is confidence. Confidence is attractive. It's a lot of ugly motherfuckers out here with some bomb joints because they have confidence. Confidence exudes.
It's true.
So have that. And what is for you, and you will attract that. Any other advice for my man, A.A. Ron from Tennessee?
That's all I got.
Aaron, let us know how that works out for you. If this is for you, I hope y'all have a good one and treat her right, or she will probably beat the shit out of you. So let us know how that go, man. And if any of y'all want any of this A1 advice or want to identify yourself as one of our white listeners, hit us up at the ain'tshitshow@gmail.com. And that's the X where the I would be, in shit in your letter may get read on the show. You ready to wrap this up with some free smoke? Free smoke.
Let's do it.
Free smoke, y'all. So it's free smoke time, and free smoke is where we talk about any hot button issues, personal topics. It could be anything we want, politics to petty. And today's topic is what grinds your gears. What are your pet peeves? What shit been getting on your nerves? And this topic for me was generated because it was like a 3-day period where I was just like, okay, it must be me because everybody is getting on my fucking nerves with shit that they know get on my nerves. So I said, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I want to start off with one of the initial things that pissed me off. Okay. Do not call me back to back to back and you don't want shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if I'm not answering my phone, it could be because I'm busy. It could be because I'm on the other line. Or it could be because I just don't want to answer the phone. And all of those are valid and it's okay. You're not required to answer the phone. I keep telling my mom that. I was like, Mom, just because the phone rings does not mean you have to answer it. It is not required. We need to normalize people being okay with their calls not being answered for idle chit chat. Right? And it's one thing if I'm sitting here and I just don't feel like being bothered and you're calling. But it's another thing when I'm actually doing something or I'm on an important call and you hitting me back to back to back. And then I call you and you just like, hey, what you doing? No, bro. Like, and that happened to me like 3 times in a 2-day span, 3 different individuals. And I'm just like, what you want? Oh, nothing urgent. Nothing urgent at all. Why did you call me back to back, bro? Do you mind that? Do you always answer your phone when it rings?
Pretty much. Yeah. Unless, I'm the type of person cause what grinds my gears is I hate when people don't answer the phone. Like that shit annoys the fuck out of me. Like it's certain people that I know that when I call, they're not going to answer the phone. And this shit fucking annoys the shit out of me because I know you're not even really doing shit. And then when I do call, or people that do call me and I don't necessarily answer my phone and I call you right back and you don't answer the phone, and it's the same people that usually don't answer the phone. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. Like, I hate that shit. Like, it's certain people cause I'm always, I pretty much always answer my phone. Like, I'm a person.
Why though? Like, why? Like, why?
Cause I mean,
if
I can't talk
when you're calling someone and it's not for shit, you be mad when they don't answer the phone?
Cause when I call somebody, it's for something. It's not just me randomly calling you. Like I don't just be like, I can send a text.
Okay. So you're not like a phone. Some people are just like phone people. They don't text.
I like
they like
talk,
being on the phone.
Saying? But when I call you, like, answer the fucking phone. Like, you never answer the fucking phone. Like, there's certain people that I know for a fact. Like, my homeboy Roy never answers the fucking phone. And this shit annoys the fuck out of me. Cause I'm like, bro, what do you, like, if a motherfucker, I feel like if somebody's calling me, cause especially in fucking 2021, this fucking past 10 years of abundant text messaging, like, motherfuckers, when they call you, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's for a reason. Now, if it's not for a reason, it is what it is. I'll just, call you back. Whatnot. And, but if a motherfucker call you, 9 times out of 10, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be available for people, like, in terms of, like, you never know. Like, somebody could be calling, like, yo, bro, you got, like some jumper cables, some shit. And if they don't, then we'll figure it out. I'll call you back. Like, if we ain't talking about shit. But I'm the type of person, like, I feel like if somebody called me, then it's a reason that they calling me, not just to shoot shit. You know what I'm saying? And even,
so
I don't even
it could be,
sometimes.
It could be different because not only am I female, 90% of the people who are going to call me is going to be female, whether it's family, friends, whatever. Females like to talk on the phone. They like to call and just be like, what you doing? Oh, or whatever. I'm not a phone person, right? I'm not a phone person. If you can say what you need to say to me in less than 3 sentences, text that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind you calling for random just catching up. Cause I understand I'm a text person. You're a phone person. You would rather, us have this conversation versus this text. I get it. But you can't be mad because a person is not in a position to answer. And I feel like COVID makes it even worse. Like motherfuckers know, like for me, they know that I'm COVID conservative. You know what I'm saying? Like I do shit, but 9 times out of 10, I'm in my house or I'm in somebody else's house. But that don't mean I'm just here. I'm not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm in the house don't mean I'm not doing shit. Like, I could be entertaining company. I could be working. I could be doing a whole bunch of shit. But motherfuckers feel like, oh, if I know you're in the house, then you should be able to answer the phone. And no, that's not. Sometimes I just don't feel like answering the phone. And I'm not going to answer the phone. If it's something that is important to you or you need an answer now and you didn't shoot me a text, it ain't important. If you call me and you need me to call you back, you need to leave a voicemail or you need to shoot a text. If you fucking need something, nobody ever calls on FaceTime for an emergency.
Don't leave me a voicemail.
Listen, however you need to get your message to me, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you really need something, you need to let me know you need some shit. Other than that, like, I hate that shit. Don't call me back to back to back. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you called me at 7 o'clock, then you call me again at 8 o'clock, then you call me again at 9 o'clock. I'm talking about you calling me at 7:01, then 7:03, then 7:05. My nigga, if I was not available at 7:01, what makes you think I'm gonna be available at 7:05? Like, I don't feel like
motherfucker don't do me like that.
Yeah, that's the shit I'm talking about. I'm talking about motherfuckers, cause my mom used to do that a whole lot. Like, my mom used to call me back to back, and then like, I'm at work. She'll call back to back, and then like, after you done called the 3rd time, I'm like, oh shit, something must be wrong. I done excuse myself to go talk to you, and you just like, oh, cause I just wanted to ask you, no, if you starting it off like that, I'm pissed off, cause I just don't fucking feel like you are able to have my time. Like, you're entitled to my time. You're not entitled to my time. You're not entitled for me to answer the phone for idle things. It's just not. Like, I'm not. And my whole thing about it is, with people, we know each other. You know what I'm saying? So if I know I need to text you, if you want to answer to something, then you might want to text that person to get that shit. That's just how I feel about that. Like, I don't like that because it presents, it's like almost like some, little boy who cried wolf type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's an actual emergency, I ain't gonna know because you always call me 3-4 times back to back.
Right.
like don't do that. And if something is that important, you should hear me like, hey, can you call me when you get done? Or this is emergency. Like we have various ways of communication. Like, me answering this phone's not it. Like, that grinds my gears. If you know me, Please do not call me back to back. And it's not an emergency. Please. I love you. And I want all of us to continue to be friends and family. That grinds my gears. Don't do that shit. What's your joint?
Not being able to get sneakers off the fucking when I want to. That really annoys the fuck out of me. I really hate it.
You talking about like losing, like via sneaker app, or just
period? Like, I don't like not being able to get sneakers when I want sneakers. Like, I hate having to go through all the rigmarole of trying to get on the app and having 9 people fucking try to get the same shoe for me and shit like that. And then I hate all the resellers. Like, all that shit is a fuck. It's just, I just hate how I understand
how the shoe game set up. Period.
It's just trash, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just really like that shit. Like it's to the point where it's like, it's not even fun. You know what I'm saying? And like, and I don't really need shoes because I shouldn't. Like, especially now during the fucking pandemic, I ain't been doing shit but buying fucking shoes, and it's fucking ridiculous. But to the point where I've made a pact with myself that there's only like 2 more shoes that I really want, and I don't even really need them. But I ain't gonna probably be able to get them because fucking the way this shit set up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the resellers and everything, like all these fucking bots and shit like that. Like, that shit is fucking lame as hell. Like, you gotta have, 4 or 5 people trying to get you sneakers and shit, and it's fucking virtually impossible. So I hate that. Like, I hate not being able to just spend my money when I want to spend it. You know what I'm saying? Like, on shit that I really want to spend it on. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this.
The whole sneaker community is just fucking trash.
It is. I 1000% agree with everything you just said. But let me ask you this. We know that human nature is exclusivity. The harder it is to get something, the more that we want it. Do you feel like you would be as enthusiastic about sneakers if every sneaker was plentiful?
Yeah, I do. Like, I do. Because supply and demand is, what it boils down to be, you know what I mean? But like, I think, I mean, if I want a shoe, I want to be able to go get that motherfucker. Like, I don't want to have to be relegated to fucking, looking at my phone at 9:59 to make sure that I'm able to get what I want to get. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I have to go through all these fucking hoops and goddamn shit where, 7 years ago it wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to get the same shoe that I'm trying to get this whenever the fucking shit comes out, came out 7 years ago, and it wasn't as hard to do. Of course. It wasn't as hard to do.
Cause that's your favorite shoe, right? Or one of your favorites?
One of them, for sure. Definitely in the top 5. So I'm definitely trying to get those, and I don't even need them, but mine are a little beat. I wore the fuck out of them shits because I love the lightest. I love them, but I don't got to have them. But like, and they also $200. I'm like, why the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm spending $200. That shit ain't a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't $40, $50 type shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Nike wants you to have the privilege to give you their money. Ain't that some bullshit? I want to grant you the right to give me your money.
Yeah. Like, that shit is
that's some shit right there.
Whole shit, like to the point where I saw the tide turning, you know what I'm saying, with the whole, like, how you had to get, like, even it's been like that for a minute. Like, you used to have to know somebody and, stand in line and all that other shit like that. And that shit was trash, but that shit was a little bit more, manageable, I guess. Cause at least it was a little bit more fun, but you didn't have to like be sitting on and 9 times out of 10, if you was in line at a certain time, you was, guaranteed to get your fucking shoe. You know what I mean? But now, like, I've been fortunate. I've been caught a couple licks on shoes, but like, my homeboys and shit, they be hitting me like, bro, try to get these for me and do all that. And then it's like half of them motherfuckers be wanting to keep them, and then half of them wanting to resell. I'm like, well, shit, nigga, if I got them, get the shoes and you resell it, I need a piece. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just fucking, that shit is just trash. I hate it all. So that's really what's been on my nerves. Cause like, these trophy rooms come out tomorrow. And I don't even really like the shoe, but I want to get it just cause, like, now I guess speaking of kind of,
you want to get it cause it's hard to get.
Yeah, and I want to sell it. Like, I'm trying to capitalize on this. If everybody fucking selling these shits and getting money, I'm gonna get money, nigga. So like, I'm trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never really been that type person. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't really love the trophy rooms as much as like other people, but I understand like the exclusivity to them and shit. So I would get them. And then it's whack because I try to go and sell some shoes and get the shoes and be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm about to keep these shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how, because I ain't no shoe selling, nigga. I'm a goddamn, I wear shoes. So all that shit is just stupid. You know what I mean? Just fucking stupid. So I
think that, so for me, like, part of the sneaker game is the chase for me. I get off on that. I get off on acquiring something that I didn't think I was going to be able to acquire. I get off on, getting some low key shit that niggas didn't know was busting like that. Like I get off on that type shit. And I think that is part of the heart of the sneaker community. It's the, you ain't got these of it all. You know what I'm saying? And how can you make your collection and what shit you be busting out and shit like that. So I like that. But I feel like if you take away all of that and you could go just get any Jordan the same way you go get a fucking a white Chuck, I don't feel like people really fuck with it like that. I feel like it's inherent risk.
Motherfucker shit used to sit though. Like it used to be mad shit that used to sit, and then all of a sudden, because somebody said it was worse on them, like everybody fucking going crazy. Like Jordan 1s used to sit like a motherfucker. And now,
but that was also very deliberate on Nike's end. They go through periods where they overproduce to shut down the wholesalers, and then don't nobody want to keep buying up no shit. Cause that's all it is the fucking, bots and the fucking resellers and shit trying to get the shit, hoard the shit, and then charge you extra for the shit. Mm-hmm. So you gotta fight up against the fucking resellers. And Nike just like, all right, we putting out a whole bunch of this shit. So if the shits were fucking, I don't know, 170 or whatever, shits was going on sale at one point in time. Remember? Mm-hmm. Like shits was going on sale. Like you had J's on sale and shit. So, I feel like that is part of the sneaker community. I feel like that's another reason why I don't think I get off as much on these celebrity sneaker collections. Because I don't feel like they had to hustle to get them shits. It's some sneaker motherfuckers that are celebrities and they do like, they looking for shit, they whatever. But if you a fucking celebrity and you get boxes of shit just delivered to your house every day, like that shit don't excite me. Like,
nah, Lil Yachty got it crazy.
About that
all
shit.
The sneakerheads out there, like Lil Yachty has one of the most ill collections ever, and he's like a sneaker nigga. Like he's a young
but
nigga.
But Yachty is a sneaker nigga. Wale is a sneaker nigga. Fab a sneaker nigga.
Boy, that nigga got some shit. But like Fab be getting shit for free. Like that nigga, but Lil Yachty be spending bands on his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga got some shit. If you're in the sneakers like Fresh and I are, like if you want to see a dope sneaker collection, check out on YouTube. Go to fucking Lil Yachty Complex shit, man. That shit is amazing. Bro got some shit, and he ain't like the shit. He got some bullshit and some ugly shit, but it's like that's how you know he like really loves sneakers because he be getting like 8 lows and shit like that. But he was like, I get it because motherfuckers don't like it and they ugly. They think they ugly, so I get it. But like he got some shit, boy. Like he got
12
some
lows
shit.
are trash.
All type of shit.
Them low 12s are trash.
Not 12, low 8s. He had low 8s.
No, I'm talking about the low 12s. Low 12s are out this year.
Low 12s.
Yeah. 12s. The fucking flu games. The,
oh yeah.
That shit.
They making some, I ain't never seen them.
With no top. It just looked like it looked like a 12 with the roof missing.
Horrible. Yeah, them shits.
Them shits is trash.
Only lows that I like are 11 and the ones with the, like, I guess, I think they're like the cement shits that just came out.
You talking about the 11 lows IEs.
Yeah.
Like that, like them joints. I know the ones I fuck with them.
Yeah.
I fuck with
them.
them.
The 11, like the regular, the certain colorways of the 11 patent leather shits too. I like those.
I got the gold ones. That's the only pair I have because I really wanted that gold pair.
I ain't got none.
Hey, you give me something metallic, I'm with it.
You never had no 11s.
You never had no 11s, bro. That's crazy because that's like the two most iconic Jordans.
Yeah, I don't know. My favorite two are the Breads and the Concords, but I never had them. And I never really gave a shit about having them. It's weird.
I love them. I like
them though.
6s, 11s, 1s. Love them.
1s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s.
So
12s.
12s and what?
1, 2,
what you say?
1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All of them. You just said all of them.
No.
What's your top 3? What's your top 3?
They change periodically, but I'm gonna go with Cause I forgot how dope the fucking USA 7s are. Them shits is fucking crazy. Like, and
I got those
twice. And I got those. I be beating my shoes. Like, when I love some shoes, I'm wearing the fuck out of them shits. Like, that's just how I am. Like,
the total opposite. If I love some shits, I be trying to preserve them shits for as long as I can.
I be beating my shit. Like, I remember spray painting them like gold and shit. Like, that was when I was like,
spray paint.
Yeah, I had them shits when I was in like 8th grade. And then, yeah, I love them. So I guess I'll probably say like for now, it just depends on the shoe, man. Like I like the USA 7s, definitely the Carmines. I'm definitely a big 6 guy. I started recently liking certain 9s. Somebody had some 9, like some mean 9s. My man had the olives. Like he got the olives. His son got them shits for Christmas. He spent like $750 on them shits. Oh boy. Them shits was crazy. And I'm not like a huge 9s guy, but they never re-released the fucking 9s. Like the olive 9s. Never. Yeah. Like I don't know when I
have the olive 9s. I have the olive 9s. I have the Kilroy 9s. And I think them may be my only 2 9s that I have. I don't have any 8s, but I don't have a lot of 9s. And no, I do have some 10s though.
Yeah, no, I never had 9s ever. But the only ones I really like were the olives and the black, like the smoke gray and on black shits with the red.
Them shits that just came out with the gray and the yellow. I think the color was University Gold.
Those shits was fire.
That came out recently. Those were all right to me.
Those shits was fire. Super fire. Super fire. I seen a girl the other day. She had the 10s with the 45 on them. The white ones with the white 10 with the red 45. Man, them shits was fucking smoking. I had to stop it like, yo, them shits right there are fucking, cause that was when he came back type shit. Like that was the year he came back when he retired. And that was 4 or 5 cause the other ones had like the 23 on them. She had the white ones. Yeah. Boy, with the red 4-5, I had to stop it like, yo, that's a mean sneaker. She was like, damn, shit. And she was kind of cute too. She was cute with the mask on. I couldn't tell. She had
the mask on. She had nice eyes because her lashes.
Yeah, she had pretty hair. She had like a nice little sweatsuit on. She was killing that shit.
Nice little sweatsuit on. Misconnections. I really, 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 really missed out on and then we're going to get off sneaker talk, y'all, I promise. I really missed out on the fucking shattered backboard ones. The fucking orange and black patent leather shits with the crinkly look. Bro, them joints so fucking fire. Like, every time I see them joints, I get upset. Yes.
Cream, them shits is crazy.
Them joints so crazy.
Look for them shits is crazy. They are really crazy. Them shits are nuts.
Bruh, listen, if anybody ever loved me out there at the sound of my voice, if you buy me those, I will love you forever. Them shits is so fire. Every time I see somebody, I'll be like, I fucking missed out. Like, I really missed out on it. Like, it's certain shoes where you missed out. You was just like, yeah, I missed out.
Travis Scott 4s, the Houston Oilers shits. Them shits is fucking ridiculous. Like with the red inside and the black with the black bottom, them shits. That was his first sneaker. Them shits, man. I be seeing them shits. And
I know the ones you talking about. Wait, I missed out on the Cactus Jack joints with the blue fours.
The blue, that's what I'm talking about.
Them the ones you talking about? Oh, I bet.
Like the Carolina blue, they're like Houston Oilers blue.
Yes.
Them shits. And my man had them and he sold them and shit. And that was like his first time selling sneakers. He was so fucking mad that he sold them shit, man. Them shit. And they was like $250, $225, $250, and it was fucking worth it. I'm mad I missed out on them Cactus Jack 6s too, the green ones. Them shits. My man, my homeboy Roy that I was talking shit about earlier, he got them shits. Them shits is fucking nuts. Like, he wear my size. I put them bitches on and put the yellow laces in them. Good gracious.
Man, listen, I don't understand how you don't like a good shoe. I don't understand how anybody don't like a good shoe. Like, regardless what type of shoe you into.
Them biohacks was crazy though. Like, with them pink laces, them shits is, them, like, motherfuckers, them was a slept on shoe. Like, I don't feel like
biohacks was slept on at all.
I mean, cause the resale value ain't that crazy on them. Like,
really?
Like 400. Yeah, they like 350, 400. You know what I'm saying?
Them biohacks was
be $1,000.
Them biohacks was fire.
Yeah, them shit. With the pink laces though, they won't as dope without the pink laces. Like, them pink laces was fucking crazy, man. God damn it.
Just like I feel like those ones that came out with the brown on the joints.
Oh, the mochas?
Yeah, the mocha joints.
Listen, man.
Them joints was looking real hit with somebody
color.
Put some orange laces in them joints.
Yeah.
And somebody else put some pink laces in them joints. And I'm not really like a lace, like, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, let me switch out my laces. Even though sometimes I'll be like, why don't I do that? Like,
yeah.
I mean, if the laces come with the joint, blue moon, I might be like, oh, well, let me see what they look like with this color. But I'm not the person that's like going to the store like, let me freak these shits with some pink laces. Like,
right.
And some people just be killing that shit.
Yeah, some niggas just got an eye for it.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna do one more, then you can do one more. Pet peeve of mine is I hate when people post picture after picture after picture on social media and it's just them with a filter on. Like, this one is bunny ears. I ain't talking about like the filters that enhance your looks. I'm talking about the shits where puppy, angel, kisses on the face, fucking, flower bandana, like all that shit. Like, I hate that shit. Like, that's all you do all day, like on your Snapchat, on your fucking Instagram, on your fucking Facebook. It's just you, I guess, basically playing with the filters.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. I hate, like, this what you doing all day? Like, it's dumb. And keeping it a band, most of the time, it is girls who are not that attractive. That try to distract you with bunny ears and a bunny nose on every fucking picture. Like, just post your fucking self. Like, if you need to do your little Photoshop or whatever, but like all these fucking animals and characters and shit like that, that shit annoys me. I will unfollow you. I will unfollow you, bro. Like, if your Instagram, I follow people on Instagram not because I necessarily like fuck with you. You also have to have a Instagram in which I feel is appealing. In whatever way, like, it's not like one formula, but it's interesting. Whatever you post, like, is interesting, or you look good, or something. And I will unfollow you if I don't like your Instagram. Like, it's people who don't post, and then they might post something. I'll be like, damn, I didn't even know I was following them. And I go back to their page, and I'll be like, oh, like, cause you ain't posted it in 7 months. You post every 7 months. What's my point of following you? Unfollow. And then people will be like, oh, you unfollow me because you know some people have like that fucking spyware on they fucking shit. So they know every time they get like an unfollow. And so they hit you with like, oh, like you
That's
unfollow
so
me. I'm just like, why do you want me to follow you if you're not posting anything? I thought the point was to share. Like, you see what's on my shit, I see what's on your shit. If it's nothing to see on your shit, then what am I following you for? Like,
I dig it.
That grinds my gears. What's the last thing that grinds your gears, sir?
I guess I'll keep it in Instagram. Like, all them fucking random ass fucking people that do like, you know, like request to follow you and shit, but they be spam and they be like mad fucking money people and shit. Like,
Forex.
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
you be like a bad bitch in the fucking thing. You like, ooh, okay. Hey, bad bitch. And then it's like, man, there's no bad bitch here. It's just fucking payroll. It's just Cash App fucking things. Fuck you, bitch.
Hey, bad bitch. You're not a bad bitch. You're a Forex retail. I don't even know what Forex is.
Foreign exchange.
But what is that?
It's like the stock market. Like, you basically exchanging currency, like U.S. currency for.
Oh, you're exchanging currency. I never even gave it 2 fucks to like even look the shit up. Because if everybody is doing it, it's a scam in my book.
I know some people that made some pretty good money off of it. You know, it's just the foreign stock market. So just doing, you know, exchanging U.S. currency for that currency and, you know, doing all that.
Another thing, don't invite me to your pyramid schemes. All of y'all, don't invite me. I'm not the person to invite to your pyramid scheme. I'm not with it. It's not my thing. Don't invite me to your pyramid scheme. Don't invite me to your women's building wealth but you can't tell me what it's about. I gotta attend the meeting in order to find out what it's about. No, if you can't tell me about it right here on this call, I'm not about to give you an hour of my time and you can't tell me. Family members hitting you, friends hitting you about all these different fucking pyramid schemes that's going on. Mm-hmm. No, don't invite me. Don't invite me. I feel like if you want to do it, but don't invite me to your shit. I'm not with the shits. I'm not with pyramid schemes. Just not my bag. Thank y'all for fucking listening to us, and joining us today. Y'all know that now we're bi-weekly. So make sure y'all subscribe to the show, man. Hit us up at theaintshitshow.com. That's the X where the I would be. Y'all know we on all social. Listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And, I like to, so tell a friend to tell a friend. I didn't say that, but we like to, end every show, with a quote. Never let success go to your head and never let failure go to your heart. And until the week after next, I want you to manifest your destiny, continue to wash your hands and practice social distances. And until the marathon continues, we out.